Let me tell you an uncomfortable truth that nobody wants to say out loud. Most people spend their entire lives feeling ashamed of their own desires, ashamed of their loneliness, ashamed of the way their body responds, ashamed of something that is part of being human, something that everyone experiences but no one talks about without whispering. You grow up being told what is clean, what is dirty, what is acceptable, and what is shameful. And because of that conditioning, you learn to hide even from yourself. You learn to judge yourself for things that are completely normal. You learn to punish yourself for needs that every human being carries. And then you wonder, why do I feel disconnected? Why do I feel tense all the time? Why does my mind feel heavy? Why do I feel like I'm not enough? Because somewhere deep inside, you started believing something dangerous. My natural desires make me flawed. But here is the truth no one told you. Your relationship with your own body is the foundation of your emotional strength. And people who learn to understand, regulate, and embrace their own physical and emotional needs, yes, even through masturbation, often end up living more balanced, calmer, and emotionally healthier lives. Not because the act itself is magical, but because self-connection is healing. Because self-awareness is power, because self-acceptance is freedom, and most importantly, because when you stop fighting yourself, you finally stop suffering. Let me talk to you for a moment. You know how it feels to carry stress you can't explain. The tension builds in your shoulders, in your chest, in your jaw. Your mind keeps racing. You overthink every tiny thing. Some days you feel unwanted. Some days you feel empty. Some days you crave affection but don't know where to find it. Some days you feel like even your own heart is tired of beating too fast. You lie in bed scrolling through your phone, hoping someone will text you, hoping someone will understand you, hoping someone will make you feel less alone. But the notifications don't come, the validation doesn't appear, and you're left with nothing but your own thoughts, and the silence that only grows louder. And in that silence, your body sends signals, natural signals, signals asking for release, for comfort, for attention, for a moment of peace, but you suppress it. You label it as wrong. You punish yourself for being human, and that internal war turns into anxiety. It turns into frustration. It turns into mood swings, irritability, self-doubt, and emotional exhaustion. You begin to feel disconnected from your own body, disconnected from your own needs, disconnected from yourself, and the saddest part, you think it's normal. But today I want to give you a new perspective. I want to remove the shame, the guilt, the confusion. I want to talk about something honest, something real, something backed by psychology and human behavior. Because the truth is simple, healthy sexual expression, including masturbation, can be one of the most powerful tools for emotional balance, stress relief, confidence, and happiness. So today, I'm going to give you 5 emotional and psychological reasons why people who masturbate daily tend to live happier, calmer, and more empowered lives. Not because of the act alone, but because of the mindset behind it, because of the connection it builds, because of the healing it creates. Let's begin. They release emotional tension instead of storing it inside. Think of all the frustration you carry in a single day. Work stress, relationship stress, loneliness, pressure, expectations. Now imagine storing that inside your body for weeks, months, years. It becomes a volcano, ready to erupt at the smallest trigger. Studies show that orgasm releases dopamine, endorphins, and oxytocin, chemicals that reduce stress and increase emotional positivity. It's not about pleasure alone. It's about emotional regulation. When you masturbate, your body releases tension the same way crying releases grief or laughing releases joy. Give yourself permission to feel, to release, to let go. You don't need a partner to access peace. Your own body can be your therapy room. They have healthier relationships because they don't depend on others for validation. How many people enter relationships just to feel wanted, just to escape their loneliness, just to fill emotional gaps. When you depend on someone else to satisfy every need, you lose your power. You hand over your emotional stability to someone who might not know how to hold it. Self-satisfaction teaches autonomy. It teaches you that your pleasure, your peace, your happiness is not dependent on another human being. People who masturbate regularly often develop secure attachment. They don't cling, they don't chase, they don't beg. Learn to be emotionally self-sufficient. Healthy independence creates healthy relationships. They sleep better, think clearer, and feel lighter emotionally. Remember those nights when your mind was too busy to sleep, thoughts running wild, heart pounding, chest tight. Now imagine a simple, natural way to calm your nervous system within minutes. Orgasm activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's rest and relaxation mode. This helps you sleep deeper, think clearer, and wake up with more emotional resilience. Instead of fighting your body at night, listen to it. Your body knows how to heal itself if you let it. They understand their own bodies, boundaries, and emotional patterns. So many people enter intimate relationships without even knowing what they like, what they want, or what their body responds to. They feel lost, disconnected, ashamed. But people who masturbate regularly learn something powerful: self-awareness. They understand what triggers pleasure, what brings comfort, and what brings discomfort. This awareness builds confidence. It reduces anxiety. It helps you communicate better in relationships. It increases self-respect and body positivity. Explore your body the way you explore your thoughts, with curiosity, not judgment. Self-knowledge is self-power. They feel more confident, emotionally stable, and connected to themselves. Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt uncomfortable in your own skin, like your body was foreign, like you didn't belong in it? Daily self-pleasure can rebuild that connection. It teaches you to appreciate your body instead of criticizing it, to understand it instead of suppressing it. Masturbation increases dopamine, the confidence hormone. It makes you feel good in your own body, reduces insecurity, and boosts emotional stability. People who feel connected to themselves are naturally happier because they are not fighting who they are. Stop judging your body. Start understanding it. It's not your enemy, it's your home. Listen to me. Your desires don't make you weak. Your needs don't make you dirty. Your body isn't something to be ashamed of. Your pleasure isn't something to hide. You are human, and part of being human is learning to understand yourself emotionally, mentally, and physically. People who embrace their natural needs with awareness become calmer, more confident, more fulfilled, more emotionally stable. Because happiness isn't about perfection. It's about connection. And the first connection you must build is with yourself. Let's summarize the 5 reasons. You release emotional tension instead of storing it inside. You develop healthier, more independent relationships. You sleep better and think clearer. You learn your own body and build self-awareness. You gain confidence, emotional balance, and inner peace. This isn't about lust. It's about healing. It's about emotional grounding. It's about being honest with yourself. So hear me, and hear me deeply. Your body is not your enemy. Your desires are not your weakness. Your pleasure is not your shame. Healing begins the moment you stop apologizing for being human. And if you ever feel alone, unwanted, or disconnected, remember this: you can always return to yourself. You are your own comfort. You are your own peace. You are your own home. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for your support.